Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2020 horror film Behemoth. A film that is co-written and directed by Peter Sturvik, I hope I pronounced that right, and it stars Josh Elzenberg, Paul Statman, Richard Wagner, Jennifer Church, I think it is, Jennifer Churchich. Right. Whew, how to explain this film? Right, okay. This film focuses on a father, basically, who is trying to get the truth from this company that is spewing chemicals all over the place, poisoning children, and one of those happens to be his daughter, who has got like this inexplicable illness that he is convinced has been caused because of this company. So he pickets this company. He goes on the news outlets to try and expose this company, etc., etc. Nothing really happens. And then this one night, him and two of his friends confront one of the heads of this company outside when he leaves like a back entrance. They get into a scuffle, and it essentially leads to them kidnapping him. They're kind of tying to a chair in some hotel room, trying to get the truth out of him. But there is something a little bit strange going on. This company might actually be a little bit far more sinister than they realise, and there's some strange events start taking place. He's got this weird bodyguard that is chasing them down. And this guy that's strapped to the chair kind of plays on all these people's strengths and weaknesses and insecurities to try and wiggle his way out of the scenario. Right, without giving away too many spoilers, that is my kind of take on the plot for this film. Well, the best I can make of it anyway, because, whoa, guys, this film is like some kind of weird acid trip. Not that I would know what one of them is like, but it's what I would assume one would be like. My suggestion would be to anybody watching this, if you're into recreational drugs, just, don't, combine the two while you're watching this film. Because this film is really bizarre. Visually at times very, very interesting. And at other times hard to watch because it's so poor at times. I think if they'd have nailed the more demonic and horrific aspects of this film, I think it would have been far better. It just goes a bit odd and a bit weird and a bit confusing. There's these weird visuals going on, and you're not sure what's happening. I mean, you get revealed kind of at the end, but still, it's just a bit mad. I mean, he's got this bodyguard that's supposed to be like this. I try not to spoil things, this kind of supernatural creature almost, but they overpower him easily when they kind of kidnap this guy and strap him to a chair. And then he kind of plays with them one at a time. I like that side of it, actually. The guy in this chair, playing with these three characters on their insecurities and things like that. And he does it expertly with each one of them, and just spirals them to these depths of confusion and unsure what they're watching and what they're seeing. But the problem is, neither am I. I'm not really sure what I'm watching and seeing. Because it's one of those films almost with a fairly simple plot that is overly confusing, and it doesn't need to be. It feels like they've stretched it out over a period of an hour and a half, something like that. A film that the idea doesn't really go beyond a good 45 minutes. I think they could have done more as well to develop this relationship between his wife. I mean, the main character Joshua, you understand his reasoning for trying to get answers. His daughter's poorly, But we don't see enough of that relationship with his daughter, with his wife, how much it's torn the family apart. We just kind of see the aftermath of him and his obsession with these conspiracy theories, with his company and this kind of stuff. So I didn't feel as though I knew the character well enough. Um, and it just, as the kidnap as well, just seemed a little bit too easy. Like I say, because of what we learn later in the film. Yeah, it's just an odd one. This one, it was a very very strange film to watch. That doesn't really lay its hat on any one kind of genre in the horror. At times, you see like these creatures in this thing, interestingly designed, but you're not sure what's happening. Are they hallucinating it? Is it this creature actually there? Then you see some body horror scenes of things poking out of holes and things. That's pretty gruesome, but again, you're just thinking, what's going on there? And then you're this bodyguard who's supposed to be like this demonic person, and it's just a little bit confused for me, and therefore I was a little bit confused watching it. But underneath, you get the impression that there's a solid foundation here for a film. I think they just maybe got a little bit carried away. But I'll give this one a 4.5 out of 10. It had a lot of potential, and for the low budget, aspects of this film, I think they did a pretty decent job with the budget, in a sense of the effects and stuff that they gave us on screen. But apart from a couple of other odd scenes, some terrible crying scenes and, a guy getting run over that it was clearly like a crash test dummy sort of thing. There other stuff, it's really cheap and odd, and there's other aspects of it, production values feel okay. So it's just, tonally, it's kind of all over the place, this film, but an interesting one nonetheless. So you might find it interesting, horror fans out there. So that is my review for Behemoth. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with more content on the channel very, very soon.